Hello, this is Ken Wells. Welcome to Realistic Approach to Combat. Now today, I'd like to discuss a couple of things for the beginning student. Um, we're going to talk about uh, the vertical punch. We're going to talk about Jeet Kune Choi. And we're also going to go over a few basic exercises that will help you advance in your trapping skills. Now, the vertical punch. Why do we use the vertical punch? Well, this is very simple. In the realistic approach to combat system, we always lead with our aggressive hand forward. Now, when you go to punch, if you punch like a boxer, like this, you'll notice that a couple of things happen here. Number one, your elbow tends to come out. That's a very clear indication to your opponent that you're about to swing. Number two, when you punch regularly like this, you notice that to gain power, I have to chamber the blow. Let's take a look at the vertical punch. The vertical punch now is more aligned with the body. So it's very hard for my opponent to detect when I'm going to shoot a blow. Now, also, because my power hand's in front of me and I'm using the vertical punch, I can generate a lot more power in a very short distance. Meaning that if I was to come and meet double-handed or double outside-handed reference point here, or double outside reference point, and I wanted to hurt my opponent, I would not want to have to draw this hand all the way back here to do damage. So, as I come in, I meet the lead forward obstruction, I jow to double outside reference point. Here, I would want to jerk and hit, or jerk and poke in the eyes. I don't want to have to draw all the way back to create damage. As fast as I can get the job done, the better. Now, using the vertical punch, you can literally hit somebody 4 to 5 times more than they can hit you once. You can land 4 to 5 blows in the time it takes them to punch one time. Enough said. Now, Jeet Kune Choi. Roughly translated means the straight blast, or whatever you want to call it. What this is a process of repeated punches. It's designed to overwhelm your opponent. Now, Jeet Kune Choi is thrown with the vertical punch. As, let's say, I'm in right to right lead. I decide that I'm going to gain the attachment, or I'm going to approach my opponent. As I go to shoot on him, he gives me this lead forward obstruction. And I'm just talking basics here. But I pop sow through that lead forward obstruction and it lands. So that is when I would Jeet Kune Choi, or the straight blast. A lot of times when you pop sow in, this guy's arm is slapped down out of the way. It allows you this brief opportunity. I pop sow in, and as that hand comes out of the way, that is when I would Jik Chin Choi, or the straight blast. If you have any more questions about Jik Chin Choi, please feel free to get in touch with me. I'll discuss it in class. If you'd like to work one-on-one with me, just get in touch with me after class or whatever, and we'll work on it. Now, a couple of basic exercises that are going to help you with your trapping skills. This is for beginners. Here's the deal with trapping and the realistic approach to combat. Where most systems teach you a blocking system and a punching system, and it's taught half beat by half beat, what we do is we combine that. Everything we do, we try to do all at once. Now, that being said, if I am on my approach and I'm coming into my opponent and I slap his arm out of the way with Pox out, it would not make sense for me to come up to this guy, meet reference, slap his hand out of the way, then punch. That doesn't make any sense. This guy's going to maul me. I'm going to look like the Elephant Man in a minute. So, what I want to do is apply the block and the strike all at one time. And that's in most general cases with the trapping skills. So, when I Pox out, it's all at one time. When I lock, it's all at one time. So, these basic exercises will help you in meeting the challenge of getting your trapping skills up to par. Now, the first exercise, what I want to do is I want to take my fist and put it in front of me. Then I want to take my open hand and I want to put it underneath, just like this. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull it back and I'm going to alternate. I'm going to pull it back and I'm going to alternate. I'm going to pull it back and I'm going to alternate. Now, that is the very first exercise you need to be able to accomplish. Number 2, I'm going to take my punching hand and I'm going to take my other hand open. All at one time, I'm going to push out and fan. Okay, I pull it back and I alternate. Pull it back and I alternate. Pull it back and alternate. See that? Now, the next exercise I need to show you is this. This is a Tan hand exercise. What I want to do is I want to Tan and hit. Tan and hit. Tan and hit. Tan. Now, one more exercise that really you need to be able to do is this, the low-handed blocking strike. Now, these exercises will help you in your trapping skills, whether you believe it or not. If you cannot do these exercises and alternate hands, because here's the deal, the hitting hand should always be prepared to trap. The trapping hand should always be prepared to hit. It's simple. This is nothing new. It's been around for centuries. Thank you for joining me. My name's Ken Wells with Realistic Approach to Combat. If you need to contact me, I'm at kungfuken@ymail.com. Thank you.